This is an easy step-by-step process to start growing your wealth right freaking now. This process is actually proven to work. I've seen it time and time again with the clients in my office who have been able to save millions over time. So even if you've tried and failed before, this process is about setting up systems not only for the goal, but for your money and for you. The most important system of all is setting it up for you. That will actually help you create money goals that actually can and will make you rich if you stay on them. Build the habit of growing wealth. I was a broke single mother, broke on assistance. And the fact that I overcame that adversity and built wealth for myself, it's one of the biggest achievements of my life that I feel incredibly fulfilled about. This is all about building a habit, folks. It's really important to know that small steps over time, even if they're small, even if it's $50 a month, $100 a month, small steps over time creates momentum and builds confidence. I actually have seen clients with very low income build millions of dollars over time. It is absolutely possible, even if you're starting at ground zero or less than ground zero. Getting into the habit of taking steps all the time, building a goal, creates momentum of building wealth, and it actually builds inner confidence, and it tells your brain you can actually do it. So even if you're planting the teeniest little seed and it's just starting to sprout, it can over time turn into this beautiful tree. And not only a beautiful tree, I've seen some people actually build forests with their wealth. When we go into this video, remember that money itself does not bring you happiness. You may know this already, but studies have shown that money doesn't create happiness. If we align our money to what matters to us, that does bring happiness. So overcoming a financial difficulty actually brings us self-esteem, and we feel good about ourselves in doing so. Make sure to focus on this. Getting rich during this video is on what you value the most. And how do we make money support that? True happiness is really, it comes from how you use your money that supports you, your life, and what you care about. That's where the happiness comes from. It's not the money itself. But having more money allows us to create the life that we're dreaming of. And I would encourage you to gamify this whole process. Make this fun. Consider this a game of Monopoly. Lighten up. Have fun with this. As I said before, this is a 3-step process. Step 1 is about the goal. Step 2 is breaking down the money steps. And step 3 is how to support you, making sure that you reach this goal of making more money and building wealth. So step 1, the goal. Let's talk about why some money goals don't work. It's really important to talk about that because some of us have tried and failed in the past. Sometimes our goals are way too big. They're not clear. It causes overwhelm because we don't know how to get there. It lacks clear steps. We go, great, I want to be a millionaire. Well, if you're $100,000 in debt, saying you want to be a millionaire like in the next 6 months probably isn't going to happen. Doesn't mean it won't happen over time, but it's lacking clear steps of how to get there. We need them to be clear and achievable. The goal is too vague. There's no real reason about why you're wanting to do this. Maybe there's some underlying doubt in the ability to get to this goal. We don't track progress, which is really important to track progress on how we're doing with our goal. We're not celebrating wins. Our brain likes to anchor movement by celebrating wins as we move forward, to tell our brain that we're actually making progress. And sometimes we're really unclear about why do we want this goal. Everybody's like, I want to have more money. Why do you want to have more money? So let's talk about the money goal of getting rich. Let's get clarity on the why. It's so important. Why is it important to have more money? Let's talk about some of the things that might be true for you. Freedom to not work so much. Who doesn't want to do that? But I always say, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that has been true for me. Freedom to do whatever you want without money constraints. Yes, who doesn't want that? Security of knowing money will cover all of the emergencies and then some. Maybe it's so that you can say yes to opportunities when you want to say yes. You don't want to be constricted by money. Less stress and worry about day-to-day expenses. Well, yeah, when you have a full bank account, you could just pay expenses and not worry about it, make it automatic. And maybe It's the joyful experience of overcoming financial adversity. Goals without clarity feel vague and they are uninspiring. If we have vagueness around it, why would we move forward? Because we're not inspired to do so. When you're not clear about what you want or why you want it, it's easy to lose your focus and give up. We don't want to give up here. Clarity on your being rich goal is the bridge between dreaming about more wealth and actually making it happen. And so get really clear on why getting rich and building wealth is important to you. Step 2, some steps around the money. Then we're going to look at the SMART system. I love this system. It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This system was devised or written by George T. Doran in 1981, and I think it's for people to actually step in and achieve the goals. And it's a great application for what we're doing right here. So let's talk about the S in SMART. Specific, we need to get specific on our money goals. For example, I want to save $5,000 for an emergency fund to cover expenses. Now, this number could be bigger for you, but we're getting just specific on what it is we want exactly for our money goal. So be clear and detailed about what you want to achieve. Like, what exactly are you saving for? How much do I need and why is it important? Why is it important is so incredibly important. Instead of just saying, I want to save money, let's be clear and specific. Let's say we want to build an emergency. I want to save $5,000 for an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. That's clear. Maybe you want to pay off debt. Paying off debt, I want to pay off $3,000 in credit card debt in 6 months. Or maybe I want to pay off $30,000 in credit cards in the next year. It's really clear and specific. And the final one, savings. I want to put $2,000 in my savings account in the next 2 months. Make your goals specific on what it is that you want to do. Now, the M, we need to make this measurable. You need to be able to track your progress. Numbers are your best friend here. So knowing where you are right now and where you want to go, you need to be able to track your progress through the goal process. Ask yourself, how will I know if I'm making progress? How will I measure success? For example, I'll save $500 per month and track my progress by using a savings app. You may have QuickBooks Online or Quicken. You may want to write in a journal or have a spreadsheet, but you need to make this measurable and track your progress. You also need to make this part of your goal achievable. Like, for example, you can't say I want $1 million in 6 months when you're $100,000 in debt. Does that sound achievable? If you're making a couple of $1 million a year, sure. But if you're not, it's most likely not achievable. Set a goal that's challenging, but realistically based on your current situation. Ask yourself this: is this goal doable with the resources and income that I have right now? For example, saving $5,000 for an emergency fund in 10 months means saving $500 per month, which I can manage by cutting expenses like unused subscriptions. And maybe you want to save more than that and you're willing to take on a job or something extra one night a week to help you with that savings account, but make this goal actually achievable. You want to make this relevant. What does that mean? You want to make sure that the goal aligns with your values and priorities. What matters to you? Is it family, community? Is it having time off? Is it freedom? Make sure that this goal is relevant. Ask yourself this: why does this goal matter to me and how does it support my bigger dreams? So you really need to tap into that why. For example, having an emergency fund gives me peace of mind and financial security, which are important to me. Peace of mind and financial security are values. So what do you value? Make sure that this SMART goal is something that you really, really care about. Ties into the clarity of the why. And make sure that it's time-bound. We want to give this goal a deadline to create urgency and accountability. You also might want to have an accountability partner with this that might help you move forward. So ask yourself this: when do I want to achieve this goal? Give yourself a deadline and actually step into that deadline and make it time-bound. I will save $5,000 by December 31st by setting aside $500 per month. So you set that goal, you track it, you make it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and you track that goal. it will help get you to the end point of achieving it. Woohoo! So let's talk about some specific goals like paying off debt. I want to pay off $1,500 in credit card debt in the next 10 months by paying $150 a month, starting with the smallest balance first. Why? It reduces financial stress and saves money on interest. Who doesn't want that? Maybe your goal is that you want to start an investment portfolio. I will invest $100 per month into a diversified portfolio to grow my wealth over the next year. Why? It builds a habit of investing. We want to build habits of building wealth, and this is all about building habits here, even with a modest income. So if you did that $100 per month for 20 years, and you had an average of around 8%, which is doable if you have it in a diversified portfolio, the amount that you'd save would be roughly $59,000. If you did $200 a month, it'd be almost $119,000. And if you did $300 a month, it almost $178,000 or $178,000 plus. So you see how building habits of making it automatic and building the habit of investing every month could actually build you wealth. You may not even notice the money's gone, and all of a sudden you have this money set aside. You decide you want to max out your Roth IRA and take the advantage of tax-free growth and retirement savings. Roth IRAs are great. You don't get the tax deduction in the year that you do it, but when you get all this money out, it is tax-free. So you decide, I'm going to contribute the maximum $7,000, which is for 2024, to my Roth IRA this year by setting up automatic transfers of $583 per month. If you did that for 20 years, just at $7,000, but that $7,000 will build each year, there's $346,271 at roughly 8%. You see how making it automatic and setting a goal will actually increase your wealth. For example, maybe you want to start building some passive income. You want to build a real estate down payment so you can have an investment property. The goal, I will save $40,000 for a down payment on an investment property in 2 years by setting aside $1,667 per month and deciding where to cut spending so that you can support that payment of $1,600 a month towards savings. Why do you want to do this? Well, it's an income generating property. So after you own this property, you could be renting it out and getting money in while you're not working. Who doesn't want that? Maybe it's building a real estate down payment so that you can build passive income for yourself. Step 3 of this process is you. You are part of this equation. Woohoo! The most funnest part of this equation. So how do you get clarity on the why and your SMART goals and actually achieve them? You want to set up a routine for yourself. Yes, routine. Did I say routine? You want to build a habit of constant action, moving towards this goal. Like I said before, it builds momentum of money growth. It sets the energetic intention of building wealth, not only for you, but it's telling the universe, I am focused on building wealth. What you focus on grows, absolutely, but we need to remain focused on it. So you do that, build routine, you will start to build your wealth. Maybe you want to have a daily, weekly, or monthly session with yourself. I would start daily until you start building wealth, and then build into weekly and then monthly as your goals progress. But you do want to track your progress to help you stay motivated. Part of that tracking system in the SMART goal. Also, tracking your progress actually stops trouble spots. They do come up, and trouble spots can cause setbacks. So staying on top of this and building a routine on tracking your money goal helps to move you forward and stop setbacks in their tracks. Put this on your calendar. Do whatever you need to do to remind yourself. I love Post-it notes. I have them all over my house. You can put anything you want on these Post-it notes. You've got this. Money Mondays. Woohoo! SMART. Small steps, big wins. Yes. So true. Financial freedom with a dollar sign. I am creating my wealthy future. Post-it notes are a great tool to use to help remind you to move forward. You also want to eliminate decision fatigue. So whenever you make a decision about your SMART goal, make it automatic. Decision fatigue is a real thing. We have like 35,000 plus decisions we make every day. And when we get tired, we don't make good decisions. So if you haven't made this automatic, it's the end of the day. You're like, oh, I'm supposed to put $100 in the bank account. I'll do it tomorrow. And sometimes tomorrow never comes. So make it automatic. Avoid decision fatigue. It gets it done. It saves time. It reduces stress, and it saves money too. And a real interesting fun fact is Steve Jobs wore the same clothing every day because he knew about decision fatigue and he wanted to eliminate that one decision. Again, part of the SMART goal, you want to track it. So you need to set up systems for yourself to actually track your progress. Use a tracker that makes your progress easy to see and celebrate. Maybe it's a journal, create a visual savings chart on your wall, use an app, maybe QuickBooks Online or Quicken or Xero, any kind of money tracking system that you have that you keep in touch with that shows you not only where you are right now, but shows you your progress towards your goal. Make that part super simple. It's really important to acknowledge and reward your progress, celebrating wins. Your brain really needs to see that it's making progress or it will give up. This is evidence. So make sure that you acknowledge and reward progress going forward. And maybe you want to treat yourself to some flowers, go out and buy a latte. I don't do those very often. It's kind of a treat for me. Or go out for a lunch with a friend or have takeout dinner with you and your family. Remember, small steps, big result, help you keep going. So acknowledge and reward that progress that you're making. And so say you get to the end of your goal, woohoo! So you've celebrated progress, make them bigger next time or recommit the goal that you started and restart that goal again. That's how you build wealth. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Habits build wealth. So let's get on it. That's so exciting. So just to recap, step 1 is about the goal and the why you want to achieve it. Step 2 is about the money, your SMART goals. SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And step 3, the most important, is you setting up a routine and a system around reaching that goal, things that you need to set up for yourself. Make this process fun. We don't want your brain to hurt here. This is a fun process. If you look at it as a Monopoly game, it might help to lighten the feeling around having to force yourself to do this. Let's make it fun. The more that you do this, you're upgrading your mindset around money. And you're actually building momentum for wealth. We create good money habits, we reduce decision fatigue, and we celebrate our wins to help us motivate to move forward and step into the lives that we've been dreaming of. Let's stop dreaming and start living the dream. This process can help you actually achieve that. If you at any time during this process begin to feel overwhelmed, just focus in on that one step, one part of the process, instead of the whole process all at once. That will help move you forward. Keep it simple, one step at a time. I know you can do it.